So in this video, we are going to join the two machines to Active Directory. It took around 5-8 minutes. So make sure that you're logging into the Active Directory. So our domain name is C360 Cloud Administrator, and we are going to log in. So on this server, I'm gonna let it log in, and on the other servers, I'm just gonna join it. So previous video, we tried to join, and it failed. So how do you join? Go to local server. First of all, make sure you have a DNS pointing to the first server. Then you can click on the work group here and then change. .360 Cloud, and as soon as you do, it should ask for username and password. Type the administrator name and the password. So it should immediately log in. Same thing on the second server. So it is still trying to log in. On this server, Active Directory is installed, and here how you verify ADDS services here, and in the tools we can find all these 5 new tools added. So we can go to open Active Directory users in computer, and this is our Active Directory. And once the computers are joined in, here we'll be able to see these. So 2 is joined in successfully. Here it says welcome to 360 domain, and click OK and restart. And the other server is also joined to 360 Cloud, and this is OK and restarting. So once these are restarted, so this is done. Now we have installed Active Directory, joined these machines to Active Directory. So so in this video we will add an additional disk to the failover cluster on this, and we are going to add 2 network card and set up these IP addresses on them, 10.0.10. This is for the private communication of the cluster. Okay, so this IP address should be 12, and here we don't need any additional IP address. It has only 1 network card. On these 2 we have 2, because wherever you have failover cluster you need 4 network cards. So let's add first disk here, an additional disk, and then we will add these, and then in the next video we will start configuring the storage. So let's do it. So first of all, on server number 1, go to settings and add an additional disk. Or we can configure the storage in the next video. Here what we'll do, I will configure the 2 network cards on this. So cancel this. So I'm going to add a second network card on this. So go to settings, and here we need to add a second network card, and then we need to log in and set up the IP addresses. For the storage and the additional disk, the next video we will dedicate this to the storage. So here I just need to click add, and then from here we can go to the network adapter, and here we need to add a second network, and this time we need to select host only on this one. So host only, even if you leave it NAT, that will be fine, but let's make sure that the second network card, which is this one, should be host only, and done. So the second, here you will see that there will be a second network card on this bar. Once this card is added, you will see that there will be second network card, so it takes few moments. So here I can see there are 2 network cards on this machine. I will initiate a login so that I can come back and log into the server, whereas on the second server here you see only 1 network card. So either you go through a setting or just double click on this card. It should open the networking settings as well. So I've just double clicked on this, and it will take few moments. So it is opening the settings here. So it is opened, and the same thing, we need to add a network card, and here we can select host only. Make sure that both new cards are network of host only. This is just to separate the private traffic and the public traffic. So what happens in failover cluster, there are 2 routes, 2 network cards added, which means that there are 2 types of network traffic. One traffic is for the cluster communication, so that it sees that if the other node is available, and the other one is for the normal cluster communication. So on this one, I need to go into local server. Remember that I've added the second network card. I just need to set up the IP address, and here you can see it is part of that domain. So this is the second network card, and in this card I am going to disable IPv6, and here we need to set up 10.0.10.12. This is the IP address, so 0. It was 0, and here the subnet mask is 255.255.255. Just make sure that you change it to, it is 255.0.0.0. There is a reason for this, but at the moment I just want you to know that change this to 255.255.255.0, and that's it. Later on we need to do some settings here as well, but for now this is good. And on the second one we go to local server, and once it comes back here, we can double click on this and go to properties, disable IPv6, and 14. So IP address is that we don't need a DNS IP address on this one. So in this video we added the 2 network cards, and we configured the IP address. Before ending this video, let's just make sure if the 2 new IP addresses are pinging each other. So go to command prompt, and we can ping 14, but this is 12. It is pinging, so that's fine. The 2 network cards are pinging each other. So in this one, Active Directory is fine. There are 2 network cards added, and the task is accomplished.